Question 11. Directions. Choose the correct answer for each row. The Venn diagram shows the relationship among several sets of numbers. Indicate the most specific set for each number in the table: irrational numbers, rational numbers, and integers. And when I look at my table, I see that I have rational and I have integer. So I need you to remember that a rational number can be written as a fraction. A repeating decimal, or a terminating decimal, meaning it stops. Okay, then you have an integer, and then we said that integers are whole numbers and their opposites. So we want the smallest one they will fit in for each row of the table. So I have -4/2. So I'm going to type that in and simplify it in my calculator. Remember that your negative is down here by the enter sign. So negative, control divide, 4/2. When I click enter, that tells me -2. So although it can be written as a fraction, if I put a 1 under it, the smallest one it would fit in is integer. Integer is smallest. Okay, so if it fits in our smallest one, that's where we want it, because it is the opposite of a whole number. Okay, so for the second one, -7/8, I do negative, control divide, 7/8, and when I click enter, it gives me a fraction. So from here, I want to see if it can be written as a fraction, making it a rational number. So rational number. Now, if I wanted to check and see if it was a repeating or a terminating decimal, then I can do control enter. And I do see that as a decimal, it stops. There's nothing after the 5. So that makes it a terminating decimal. That's another way I can check. So now I'm going to check the square root of 16. So control x squared. When I type in 16 and I click enter, that tells me 4. Now, again, 4 can be written as a fraction if I put a 1 under it, but it is also a whole number. So we want it in the smallest one possible. So I would put it in integer. And then for my last one, I have -1.2. So I could turn this into a fraction, but it falls under terminating decimal. It stops. There's nothing after the 2, so that makes it a rational number. So that's what you should have selected in your table.